Have you ever looked at your life and noticed the empty spaces? The people who were once a constant presence, now just a memory. We build these connections, we anchor our hearts to them, and then life happens. They drift away, the dynamic changes, or maybe the painful truth dawns on you. The investment was never truly mutual. So what do you do with that emotional weight? How do you carry it without letting it crush you? Is it even possible to detach without becoming cold, without losing a piece of your own humanity? These aren't new questions. In fact, an ancient philosophy, Stoicism, and one of its wisest practitioners, a Roman emperor named Marcus Aurelius, offered a powerful path through this exact pain. This isn't about shutting down your feelings. It's about mastering them so you can act from a place of clarity and inner peace, not from reactivity and chaos.
Today, we're exploring 5 timeless Stoic rules to help you emotionally detach from someone. This is practical wisdom, not just theory, designed to reshape how you engage with your own heart and your relationships. Rule 1. Embrace the tide, not the wave. Our first rule is to understand the nature of everything around us, impermanence. Marcus Aurelius constantly reminded himself, everything we hear is an opinion, not a fact. Everything we see is a perspective, not the truth. When we're attached to someone, we're often clinging to our perspective of them, the story we tell ourselves about who they are to us. But the reality is all things are in a state of flux. Relationships are like tides, they come in and they must go out, through distance, disagreement, or the simple, slow fade of time. This isn't bleak, it's liberating. Because when you stop expecting permanence, you start appreciating the present moment for what it is, a gift, not a guarantee. Think of it like this. Trying to hold on to a person is like trying to hold water in your fist. The tighter you clench, the more quickly it slips through your fingers. But if you cup your hands gently, you can hold it for a while, appreciating its coolness, its stillness, before it naturally evaporates or flows away.
I had a friendship that lasted over a decade. We were inseparable, but life pulled us in different directions. I fought it, I tried to squeeze that fist, and it only made the loss more painful. It was only when I accepted the natural cycle of the relationship, that it had run its course, that I could release the weight. As Marcus would say, accept that things will end and you will suffer less when they do. Rule 2. Your mind is the commander, not the soldier. Here's a belief that traps so many of us, that our emotions control us. We feel sadness, anger, jealousy, and we think, this is just happening to me. But the Stoics flipped this on its head. They believed that between an event and your emotional reaction, there is a crucial space, and in that space is your power of thought. Marcus Aurelius put it perfectly, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Emotional detachment begins right here. It's realizing that the storm of feelings you're experiencing isn't caused by the other person's actions, but by your thoughts about their actions.
Let's make it real. You send a text to someone you care about and you get no reply. Hours pass. What happens in your mind? Are they ignoring me? Did I do something wrong? Don't they care? The emotional spiral begins, but pause for a second. What is the fact? The fact is they haven't responded. Everything else, the story about why, the meaning you're assigning to it, is a creation of your mind. You are dyeing your own soul with the color of these thoughts. The Stoic response is to challenge those automatic thoughts. To ask, is this true? What other, more rational explanation could there be? By redirecting your mind, you learn to pacify the emotional storm, not fuel it. Rule 3. The preemptive mind shield. This next rule might sound counterintuitive, even strange. It's called negative visualization. Why on earth would you want to imagine losing the person you care about? Isn't that just inviting anxiety?
Actually, it's the opposite. This practice isn't about pessimism, it's about preparation. By consciously imagining the loss of someone or something, you do a profound thing. You rob the actual loss of its devastating power. You're not hardening your heart, you're strengthening your mind for life's inevitable changes. You're rehearsing for reality. Try it, think of that person you're deeply attached to. Now vividly imagine your life without them. Sit with that feeling. It's uncomfortable, right? But that's the point. By visiting that emotional state voluntarily, you build a resilience to it. When a change does happen, you're not blindsided. you've already built the emotional muscle to carry the weight. I did this when a close family member was seriously ill. Instead of avoiding the thought, I leaned into it. I imagined life without them. When they thankfully recovered, my gratitude was immense. And if they hadn't, I would have been more prepared. This practice transforms loss from a catastrophic event into a natural part of the cycle you've already made peace with.
Rule 4. Draw your circle of control. This is perhaps the most empowering rule of all. The Stoics divided the world into two categories: what is within our control and what is not. Within our control, our judgments, our actions, our values, our responses. Outside our control, everything else. Other people's feelings, their opinions, the past, the outcome of a situation. So much of our emotional suffering comes from exhausting ourselves trying to control what's in that second circle. We try to make someone love us, respect us, or stay with us. But we can't. The only person you can truly control is yourself. Emotional detachment, then, is about pulling your energy back from the vast, uncontrollable outside world and investing it firmly within your own circle. You stop asking, "Why don't they treat me better?" and start asking, "What is my next best move for my own well-being?" This is the birth of emotional autonomy, the realization that your happiness and peace are internal jobs, not external rewards. You are no longer a puppet whose strings are pulled by someone else's actions or moods. You reclaim your power.
Rule 5. The cosmic perspective. When you're in the middle of heartbreak, it feels like the entire universe has collapsed into that one pain. This final rule asks you to zoom out, way out. Marcus Aurelius was a master of this. He would remind himself to view his life from a cosmic perspective. He'd look at the vastness of time and space and see his own troubles as what they were: small, fleeting, and transient. Ask yourself, will this pain matter in 5 years? Is this one person the entire story of my life? Of course not. You are a universe of experiences, and this relationship, however powerful, is just a single star within it. Reflecting on the bigger picture doesn't minimize your pain, it contextualizes it. It reminds you that you have survived endings before, and you will again. Life, river keeps flowing, and this is just one bend. This perspective allows you to detach, because you see the person not as your entire sun, but as a planet that shared your orbit for a beautiful, finite season.
So emotional detachment isn't about not caring. It's about caring for yourself enough to stop drowning in what you cannot change. It's a practice of embracing change, mastering your mind, preparing for reality, focusing on your own agency, and remembering the grand, resilient story of your life.
The Stoic path offers us a map back to ourselves, to a place where we can love deeply but without chains, where we can feel fully but without being destroyed.
So the next time you feel that grip of attachment, ask yourself, am I holding the water, or am I simply clenching my fist? The choice and the freedom is yours.